Hi everyone, it's Livia, and this week I will be doing the pub quiz. So this week I've got 3 different categories. Each category is 10 questions long. We've got travel to start, then we've got food and drink, and then finally film and TV. So we've gone back to doing sort of generic pub quiz type rounds. I tried to pick a sort of spread of different topics, so hopefully if you're not very good at travel and geography, you might be a little bit better in film and TV. So what I will do is I will read each question twice and go through all of the questions, and then once we've gone through all 30 questions, I will go through all of the answers. If you want to give yourself some more time to think about the questions, then just pause the video, give yourself an extra bit of time, and then restart the video and carry on with the quiz. So let's make a start. Question number 1 in our first round, which is our travel round. In which country would you find Lapland? So question number 1 again, in which country would you find Lapland? Our second question is, which major river either passes through or touches the border of Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Moldova and Ukraine? So question number 2 again is, which major river passes through or touches the border of those countries that I just mentioned? Number 3, in which European city will you find the Spanish Steps? Number 3, in which European city will you find the Spanish Steps? Question number 4, which line on a London Underground map is coloured brown? Number 4, which line on a London Underground map is coloured brown? Question 5, Columbus is the capital city of which American state? Number 5 again is, Columbus is the capital city of which American state? Question 6, name as many of the 9 countries that border Germany. So there are 9 countries, you will get 1 point per answer. So name as many of the 9 countries that border Germany. Question 7, which country receives the most tourists? Number 7 again, which country receives the most tourists? Question 8, which is the most southerly city in the UK? Question 8 again, which is the most southerly city in the UK? Number 9, which is the busiest airport in Europe, which is by passenger number. So number 9 again, which is the most busy airport in Europe, which has the most tourists travelling through it? And number 10, which is the smallest country in the world? Number 10, which is the smallest country in the world? So that is our travel questions done. We are moving on to food and drink round. So question number 1 on food and drink. Which foodstuff was not rationed during World War II, but was rationed after the war? So question number 1 again, which foodstuff was not rationed during World War II, but was rationed after the war? Question 2, what is a bottle of champagne containing 1.5 litres called? Question 2 again, what is a bottle of champagne containing 1.5 litres called? Question 3, if you get something with aloo in an Indian meal, what are they? So question 3 again, if you get something with aloo in an Indian meal, so that's spelled A-L-O-O, what are they? Question 4, which fast food franchise has the largest number of restaurants in the world? Question 4 again, which fast food franchise has the largest number of restaurants in the world? Question 5, what is the British name for a zucchini? So in America, the vegetable zucchini, what is our British name? What do we call it over here? So question 5 again, what is the British name for a zucchini? Question 6, what spirit is mixed with ginger beer in a Moscow Mule? Number 6, what spirit is mixed with ginger beer in a Moscow Mule? 7 is what type of pastry are profiteroles made out of? So you Bake Off fans out there should know this one. Number 7 again, what type of pastry are profiteroles made out of? Question 8, in a British Heart Foundation study done earlier this year, what was named the UK's favourite chocolate bar? And I'll give you a clue, it's probably not the one that you're thinking of. So have a little think outside of the box. Question 8 again is, in a British Heart Foundation study from earlier this year, what was named the UK's favourite chocolate bar? Question number 9, which UK supermarket slogan is "Live well for less"? Question number 9 again, which UK supermarket slogan is "Live well for less"? Question 10, final question of our food and drink round. If you were in Australia and eating a sinker, what would you be having? So quite a tough one. Number 10 again, if you were in Australia and eating a sinker, what would you be having? So that is the end of our food and drinks round. Moving swiftly on to film and TV. Question number 1 in film and TV. What is the name of the Bond film set for a delayed release later this year? So question number 1 again is, what is the name of the Bond film that was meant to come out in the last couple of months but has been delayed due to the COVID-19 situation to be released later this year? Question 2, what animal is associated with the beginning of an MGM film? So this sounds like a tough one, but when I say it later, you will be able to picture it straight away. Question 2, which animal is associated with the beginning of an MGM film? Question number 3 is, who played Phoebe Buffay in Friends? Question 3 again, who played Phoebe Buffay in Friends? Question 4, who directed the film Jaws? Who directed the film Jaws? Question 4. Question 5, which TV show has been hosted by Bruce Forsyth, Joe Pasquale and Alan Carr at some point? Question 5 again, which TV show has been hosted by Bruce Forsyth, Joe Pasquale and Alan Carr? Number 6, what is the name of the clown in the film It, which is the adaptation of the Stephen King novel of the same name? So what is the name of the clown in the film It for question 6? For question 7, Katie Hopkins made her name as a contestant on which TV show? Number 7 again, Katie Hopkins made her name as a contestant on which TV show? Question 8, how many Die Hard films have there been? Question 8 again, how many Die Hard films have there been? Question 9, in which year was Coronation Street first broadcast? So that's a tricky one there. Want it bang on the head. So which year was Coronation Street first broadcast? So you need to get the year spot on for that point. And finally, question 10, Ellen Ripley is the main character from which film series? Question 10 again, Ellen Ripley is the main character from which film series? So if you want to just check over your answer there, if you want to whiz back through me reading the questions out, please do. I am going to go through the answers now. So answers for the travel section. Question 1, in which country would you find Lapland? The answer is Finland. Question 2, which major river either passes through or touches the border of Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Moldova and Ukraine? The answer is the Danube. Question 3, in which European city would you find the Spanish Steps? That is Rome, not Spain, hopefully. Question 4, which line on a London Underground map is coloured brown? That is the Bakerloo. Question 5, Columbus is the capital city of which American state? The answer is Ohio. Question 6, name as many of the 9 countries that border Germany. So 1 point per each of these answers, okay? So tick them off so as I go through. We've got Denmark, Poland, Czech Republic, Switzerland, Austria, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. So if you've got any of those, give yourself a mark for each. Question 7, which country receives the most tourists? It is France, which I was surprised at to see. Thought it'd be America. Question 8, which is the most southerly city in the UK? Hopefully everyone should have got this. The answer is obviously Truro. Number 9, which is the busiest airport in Europe, based on sort of passengers travelling through? The answer is London Heathrow, busiest airport in Europe. Question 10, final one in the travel section. Which is the smallest country in the world? And the answer is Vatican City. So well done if you knew that one. So in that round, there was obviously 10 questions, but for question 6, you could have got a maximum of 9 points for each of those countries that border Germany. So that means that first round, you should be totaling out of 18, I believe. My maths is right. So next section, food and drink. Question 1, which foodstuff was not rationed during World War II but was rationed after the war? The answer is bread. Question 2, what is a bottle of champagne containing 1.5 litres called? It is a magnum. Question 3, if you get something with aloo in an Indian meal, what are they? And the answer is potatoes. So when you get sort of sagaloo and things like that, it's the potatoes in it. 4, which fast food franchise has the largest number of restaurants in the world? The answer is Subway. Question 5, what is the British name for a zucchini? That's a courgette. Question 6, what spirit is mixed with ginger beer in a Moscow Mule? The answer is vodka. Question 7, what type of pastry are profiteroles made out of? That is choux pastry. And number 8, in a British Heart Foundation study from earlier this year, what was named the UK's favourite chocolate bar? The answer was Snickers. Though when I looked, I think they only surveyed about 2,000 people, but I was surprised that actually Snickers came out top. And I think Cadbury's was a very, very close second. Question 9, which UK supermarket slogan is live well for less? That is Sainsbury's. And number 10, tricky one. If you were in Australia and eating a sinker, what would you be having? The answer is pie. And so that would be out of 10 marks for that round. And finally, film and TV. Question 1, what is the name of the Bond film set for a delayed release later this year? The answer is No Time to Die. Question 2, what animal is associated with the beginning of an MGM film? The answer is a lion. So you might not remember the name of the film company, but you probably remember the roaring lion at the beginning of quite a lot of films. Question 3, who played Phoebe Buffay in Friends? The answer is obviously Lisa Kudrow. Question 4, who directed the film Jaws? It was Steven Spielberg. Question 5, which TV show has been hosted by Bruce Forsyth, Joe Pasquale and Alan Carr? The answer is The Price is Right. Question 6, what is the name of the clown in the film It, from the adaptation of the Stephen King novel of the same name? The answer is Pennywise the clown. Question 7, Katie Hopkins made her name as a contestant on which TV show? The answer is The Apprentice. Question 8, how many Die Hard films have there been? There has been 5. Number 9, in which year was Coronation Street first broadcast? Well done if anyone got this. It's 1960. And finally, question 10, Ellen Ripley is the main character from which film series? The answer is Aliens. So that's 30 questions, but because of that question about Germany, you should be marking yourself out of a total of 38, hopefully, if my maths is right. Hopefully you enjoyed that quiz, did a good variety of questions there, and tried not to make them too hard, because I know that I'm not the best at sort of general knowledge pub quizzes. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Let us know in the comments below what you scored. And let us know if you prefer pitch quizzes or if you prefer sort of the more standard pub quizzes like the one I've just done today. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.